Hey guys, Level Cap here. Today we're going to be talking about Battlefest, the 11-day long event going on for Battlefield 1 right now. And if you complete certain objectives during Battlefest, you'll actually get a custom gun skin, and you also get a few dog tags. One of the new skins is called the Houtier weapon skin, and it looks like it's going to be for the MP18. I'm not sure if it's going to be for more guns than that, but it's got PTFO carved into the stock of the weapon, which is kind of cool. Unfortunately, you won't be seeing that in-game. It would be kind of nice if Battlefield 1 had sort of a weapon inspect button where you could look at your guns in-game and kind of admire some of the cool skins, because otherwise most of the detail is only visible when you're checking out the guns in the customization screen. The other skin you can unlock if you haven't already is the Incarcerator M1911 skin. I've already done this, as you had to get 100 kills in Battlefield 4 or Battlefield Hardline during the first event. This time around you only have to get 25 kills with the M1911 in Battlefield 4 or Battlefield Hardline, and that'll unlock the Incarcerator skin, and you have to do this during Battlefest. Now there's going to be a few dog tags you can get from playing in Battlefest. I'm not actually sure the total number at the end of the day. Two have been announced. One that you'll get from simply logging into Battlefest, that just shows the Battlefest emblem on it, and then you'll also get awarded a veteran dog tag if you have played Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, or Battlefield Hardline. So you'll be getting that one regardless. Now DICE has also added 2 new custom game modes with Battlefest. The first one is Fog of War, which is what I've been playing here. Now this is a pistol only game mode, and it's kind of cool because when you spawn in, it literally won't let you join the game with a primary weapon. So you have to run with a pistol only, and then it turns off stuff like minimap, 3D spotting, hit indicators, your hipfire targeting reticle. Like basically most of the UI is turned off. You don't even have kill confirmation in the kill feed, though it does make that little change sound when you get a kill with your weapon, so you'll at least know when you are scoring kills. The game mode itself is okay. I'm not crazy about the entire lack of minimap or the fact that your teammates can be hard to tell if they're teammates. Like their friendly icons only pop up when you're aiming directly at them, so there's a lot of like accidental fire in this game mode. And then they've also added the hardcore game mode, which suffers from sort of the same issue of teammate confusion. There's going to be a lot of team killing going on, and a lot of that has to do with no minimap being available and the fact that the icons over your teammates' heads don't appear until you're aiming almost directly at them. So you really have to dial into what uniform your team is wearing and what uniform the enemy team is wearing. Some people might like this, but personally I've been just TK'd way too much in this game to the point where it's more annoying, you know? So it might work out for you personally, but if your teammates aren't cued into it, then you're just going to get TK'd a lot. Now we're already starting to see some hardcore servers pop up, and that's actually what I'm playing here. And basically hardcore damage model is just 2 times as much damage for everything. So word to the wise, just look at a gun that does a lot of damage or does 50 damage or more, and that'll be a one-shot kill. So you can pick up a revolver that does 50 damage or more, and you can pick up the M95 is now basically the best sniper rifle in the game, so you can use that. The weapon balance is not as good in hardcore mode, and that's kind of by design, but it's also to the point where you can just say like, yeah, the M95 is the best sniper now, because objectively it just is. It's going to one-shot kill like everything else, and it's got the best reload and rate of fire. So I mean, there's just a lot of things where it's like, oh yeah, this is the best thing to use in hardcore, and that's what you're going to want to do. Now it is pretty fun, I have to say, just being able to one-shot all the time with the sniper rifle and revolvers in close quarters. It's a fun feeling, and God, SMGs just kill you in like half a second, but it's not a well-balanced game mode, and I don't think it improves the overall status of Battlefield 1. I think it's really more of a thematic change to the game mode. People who want to feel like Battlefield is more like a realistic game. Even though this won't make it realistic, it will make it feel more realistic. However, I would say if people are really interested in a realistic World War I game, you'd be better off playing Verdun, as that is going to be far more of an authentic experience. Granted, the graphics aren't quite as good, but I think overall it might appeal to you a bit more in the realism aspect. Now, they also mentioned that there would be an exclusive revision of weapon skins for Battlefest. I thought this was going to be something special, like some special skins you could only get during Battlefest, but it's really just a revision like any other revision. You can only get the skins when that specific revision is active, and then when it's over, it's over. So these skins are just kind of the normal skins that you would be getting in any sort of revision. Granted, there are some pretty cool skins in there, but nothing like super special in regards to Battlefest, other than the XP boost that you can get now instead of the puzzle pieces. Actually, you can get both puzzle pieces and XP boosts. The XP boosts are fine. I usually just break them down for scrap. I did try them out. They give you a 100% experience boost in a game, and it lasts for basically an hour of gameplay now. So if you want to try and boost that leveling, you can definitely activate those, or save it for when you're playing with a bunch of friends, squad up, and then activate it, and everybody in your squad gets that boost. It's pretty nice, actually. And now that private servers have been out for all of basically a day, we've seen a lot of requests from the server admins wanting more control over the servers. And DICE has commented and saying that there actually will be more control coming later. It's just not in yet. So they can set up specific game modes, they can set up map rotations, but there are a few weird issues with the server rental process right now. The pricing for the most part seems pretty accurate for a 64-player server, but the only thing is that it doesn't really fluctuate right now. So if you wanted to, say, rent a 24-player server for doing like a dedicated rush server, you're still going to pay the same price as somebody who's renting a 64-player server. And I just got to interrupt my train of thought here to show you one of the most Battlefield moments that I have had in a while. Killed that guy. This guy spawned on his dead body. He revived that guy who gets bayoneted. Killed this guy who spawned on another dead body. Then another guy spawns on a dead body, and I get team killed because we're playing in hardcore. Like, that moment, just watching it back, I'm like, God, there are still so many things wrong with this game right now. It's not to say that I don't like Battlefield 1. I do. I love it. But that spawning on dead teammates bug is beyond annoying. So yeah, back to the server rental situation. It seems like DICE is going to need to have some sort of fluctuating payment plan, because right now it only makes sense to run a 64-player server because you're going to be losing a lot of money if you go for a 24-player server. And although it's nice that DICE has rolled out the rent a server feature, currently there is no VIP setup for the server. So you could rent a server, it could fill up, and then you would be unable to get into your own server, which is unfortunate to say the least. So there's definitely a lot of features that have just not been implemented yet. So if you're thinking about renting a server, but you're not sure, you may want to hold off until some of the extra features are added in. Now, a couple unfortunate areas of the current server situation with Battlefield in general is that there's certain parts of the world where there just aren't local Battlefield servers. People playing in South Africa or many of the Asian countries will not have good pings to local servers because of where DICE has decided to rent out servers. And this is really unfortunate. That means there's a big part of the player base that's being completely neglected, or rather the minorities of the player base are being totally neglected. They don't really have much representation when it comes to the social aspects of the Battlefield community. So they're just sort of saying, hey, what about me, guys? You know, even though they don't make up a huge percentage of the player base, it's still important, in considering that EA is selling the game in countries where you won't be able to get a ping of less than 200 because of how far away the servers are. It seems kind of wrong on that level. And I think EA really needs to do a better job of dispersing the servers more globally so that people can have their own servers, or at least let those people rent servers that are local to them. That way they can have some good dedicated servers playing with good pings. I feel really bad for those guys because a lot of them have been speaking up recently, just saying what their situation is like trying to play Battlefield, and I wouldn't want to play this game if I had to have 200 ping every time. Now, when it comes to progressing the state of Battlefield 1, the last patch did fix a lot, but there's still a lot left to fix. Many bugs and balance issues. But one thing that's really nice is the devs are continuing to stay very vocal, asking for feedback in forums, on Reddit, on Twitter, like just everywhere. You can basically get in contact with the devs, tell them your ideas, they'll listen to you. It's pretty great that they're being so open about it, considering there's got to be so much different feedback or contradictory feedback. It's a hard job to try and sort through that and figure out what would be best for the community. But one thing that I really appreciate is the fact that they're asking us about battle packs. They know the community doesn't really like the battle pack system and how we want it changed, and also asking about player customization, what we want to see in terms of like progression and customizing our characters. A lot of people have spoken out about it, and it's just really nice to see that the devs are listening. Anyway, that pretty much wraps it up for this overview video. I'd love to hear about what your guys' ideas are for the game. Do you have any cool ideas relating to player customization or the battle pack fixes? Please let me know in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap, signing off.